Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 55 of Chris Lutinez. This is a knitting and cozy mystery podcast, and I'm glad to report I have some crochet. It has been a really long summer, and my friends have been crocheting, and I got bit by the crochet bug. So I have some long-term whips that I have finished. I am working on some other ones. That pile in my den is slowly dwindling. I am so excited about that. I think I started the year at like 40. It's either 42, 43, or 46. I forgot what the exact number was. I was down to 32. Unfortunately, because baseball started, I cast on a few more projects just to get me just to be knitting, not having to think or anything when I'm at the baseball games. But I have a feeling that's going to be done because I seriously knit a sweater in 2 weeks, I think it was. I don't know. I'm almost done. Like, if I didn't physically put it down, it would be done. So I have a feeling the 3 sweaters I have will be done in no time. But I have some really good whips that I have been working on since like 2020 I'm going to show you. I have so many books I have read. It's been crazy. Also, if you're here just for the cozy mysteries, look at the down bar, where to forward to. It'll tell you, and you can get to that area. All right, so first with the knitting. So the first thing I want to show you, like, I don't know, it's so much. It's insane. You know, I'm going to show you this one. This was a long-term whip. Well, not really long-term. I was making the sock for myself. Then my son saw it, so I ended up changing it, giving it to him. So I made a set for him. This is the Candycane Lane Socks by Autumn Poppy Designs. It is made in Knit Picks. Let me see, which one is this one? Hawthorn Serpent, Knit Picks Stroll, Kettle Dyed in Sangria. Basically, this design is so pretty. It has little candy canes going down. I wanted a pair for myself. I didn't cast it on right away. I think I did this one last December. I cast it on. I just never finished. I did one, and then I was using this yarn to make mitts, and I wanted to see if I had enough for the mitts, so I never did the second sock. So because of sock camp, I did the second one. And all my socks are US 1 2.25 millimeter. So I'll just keep saying it all the time, but see the lace design on it. It's so pretty. I can't wait to wear these around Christmas. These 2 colors go so well together. And I used the serpent color in 2 pairs of mitts. One was the whole mitt. The other one was for cuffs. And then I used it for 2 pairs of socks. I got a lot out of this. I think I had like that much left of the serpent. And I used this for 2 pairs of socks. I still have a lot of sangria left too. The only thing I found was very interesting is that the Stroll hand dyed, kettle dyed is very rough compared to Stroll tweed, which I love, and I have projects on that one too. So I'm going to show you that one soon. But it's much rougher for some odd reason. I don't know. I kind of want to, I think I have some regular Stroll. I want to try that one to see if that's tougher too. Because it was just weird. The tweed is so soft. I love it. Like, that's like one of my favorite yarns to knit in, obviously. You see what I cast on? Oh, so crazy. All right, this is my other sock I did for sock camp. I did not knit too much for socks this year. I only did 2, and I'm on my 3rd one. For it. I didn't even cast on during sock camp. Sock camp ended. I got this yarn from Yarnable, and I was like, I'm in love with this. I'll show you that one next. But so this is the FO. This is Whispers in the Wind by the Crazy Sock Lady. I love this pattern. It was so pretty. I saw her making it, and I actually used the same yarn she did, but she only gets the 1 skein from Yarnable. I get the 1.5 skeins, so I get the contrasting color in 50 grams. So this one was, my notes are down there. Glazed and Amused. No, this one's Life is Short, Eat the Donuts. This one's Glazed and Amused. And I love these colors together. I might see if I could do a cowl or a shawl. I would love to do a shawl with what's left over from this. I don't know if I have enough, so it might be a cowl, but oh my God, I love these 2 colors together. It's like, it looks more cream colored in there, but it's kind of like an apricot-y in real life. Yeah, it's blowing out. Maybe, well, that's a little bit closer. It's a really pretty color. And it's very light green speckles in it. Here's the other one. So that one is finished. So that's only 2 sock whips I have. Now the other sock I am working on is in my Molly Klein design bag. And it is finally cast on the Red Robin socks. I've been going crazy trying to find a yarn that would be perfect for this. It's by Curious Handmade, the pattern. And I was just not finding it. Part of me is like, it says Red Robin, I want red socks in the pattern. Could not find anything. So when the Yarnable came in this month, I was like, I have to knit it up. That was the Red Robin socks. So this is the colorway for Yarnable this month. And that's a little Simply Serving Chipmunk. Very fallish I'm going for. And let's see. Where are the yarns? So the red is Happily Ever After. And her plush space is so soft. I love soft yarn. I just love her labels too. Unfortunately, I don't have the whole Yarnable to show you because my kids have attacked. Yeah, they had these cute little clips for chips. I don't even know where they are, honestly. I'm very annoyed because I wanted to use them. My son Justin knows where they are because he came out and was like, oh, I can use this for chips. But then I never found the rest of them. And they came in like 12 in a pack. I don't know what he's done. I'm a little annoyed. But it was very cute. And this one is Insider Information. So that's the contrasting one that I got as the 50-gram ball. It's such a pretty pattern. And it's so easily to work up. This heel, though, gave me so much trouble. I've done this heel before. I forgot what it's called. I don't remember what it was called. But I've done this. I've had it in my patterns. For some reason, it was just like, no, you're not going to have an easy time. Because I had it perfect. A lot of times when I do the heel, oh gosh, I remember what the name of the heel is. But it's not, like, look how beautiful that wicker is. And then over here, it just died down a little. In the picture, you actually see it better than in person. But usually it just fades in for some reason when I do it. This one really showed up. But then when I was trying to pick up the sides, I did not put my glasses on. And I picked up the wrong thing, so then I had to take it all apart. And when I did, just went to pot, so I had to redo the heel. And it was just a nightmare trying to get back on the needles. I was just like, I'm done. I'm so done. Oh, I think what happened was I did too high of a heel. I miscounted. And then I had too many, so that's why I had to take it out. And then I did it the wrong way. So I did like 3 or 4 times this heel. It was sad. But it's done. And I'm hoping when I do the second one, Aya Partridge heel, that's what it's called, Aya Partridge heel. Not my favorite heel. I like the slip stitch heel the best. So I don't have to think with that one. It's very simple for me. And it's very hard to, I was having problems picking up this yarn. It was just splitting for some reason, which usually it doesn't, but it just did not want to go into the sock. It just did not, but I got it. It's good. I'm done with it. So hopefully the second one will not give me that hard of a time. Sorry about that. But everything is fallish in this bag. I love it. All right, so that is that. Okay, another long-term whip. This one is the one. We got sick. I got strep throat. And my husband also got COVID at the same time. So I had to take care of everyone while he was sick and everything. So it was fun. This kept my sanity, believe it or not. This is the Royal Fanfair Throw from Mary Maximum. It is massive. I have been working on this since October 2020. The reason why I stopped knitting it, the pattern is great. It's just you got to pay attention to it. And you got to do so many crochets here. And if you missed the crochet here, it would screw up the whole thing. So you're not crocheting in anything. You're just crocheting in a chain. And however crochets you had to do in here, if you didn't do that exact number, you sometimes would find out like all the way up here. So it's like 3 rows after you did the whole blanket. And I used to actually rip back to add the extra crochet in. I got to a point where it's like, no, I just want this done. I want this finished. It was in a big, ginormous bag. I wanted it over. Also, I did not like the yarn. The Mary Maximum Prism, gorgeous colors, wonderful colors. It is a single ply yarn. It is an annoying single ply yarn because sometimes it would be super thick. Other times it would be like string. I'm not kidding you, or thread. Like at one point I actually broke the yarn because I was terrified it was going to break while sitting on a chair or something. So I was just like, I'm done with this. But I ended up starting, let me find what, I did keep one little marker in here so I can show you how much I did add on. Look, it's like a massive, massive thing. I saw it like 2 seconds ago. It is hiding from me, but you can see how pretty it is. Maybe I'll find it in the camera. Let's look in the camera if we find it. Look how beautiful this is. I got a little annoyed. My OCD started happening when I started pooling the same color sometimes. But then I was just like, I don't care. I want this done. And I stopped trying to fiddle with it. And then some of the yarn... Oh, here it is. Is that right? That can't be right. So I only did this much. But it would take an hour to do a round. So I remember timing it. It was crazy. So by the time I got to the end, it was probably like 2 hours to do a round. But that was all I had to do. That doesn't seem right. I think I was more down here. I don't know. But it's done. I am so happy. It is done. It's gorgeous. I love the middle. Look at that middle. I'm thinking about hiding this in my bedroom because I'm scared. Justin has this horrible habit of throwing things on the floor with the pillows and blankets. Every day, I swear, I come in the room, I'm picking everything up like 5-10 times. Just like, stop. Like, I literally go through the house just picking things up off the floor, throwing garbage away. I don't know. And the more I talk to him, the more it just does not sink in. So I keep doing it. And Nikki does a little bit, but it's mostly him. I don't know why he loves throwing things on the floor. So I'm thinking about hiding this because I said some of the yarn is so thin. I'm really terrified it's going to break. Because I did have a blanket he ripped. And it was my Advent throw that I did 2 years ago. I still have to figure out how to... So, of course, it was during the eyelets, of course. So trying to fix it's going to be a little complicated. I have one of those little progress keepers that I have in here, the little plastic ones, to hold it together. And I have it hidden, and I keep saying I'm going to fix it. I got to also find the yarn to fix it, which is going to be fun. So we will see if I ever do that. So that's that one. Oh, this was another long-term one. Let's do all the FOs, I think. So, my placemats. I finished my set of placemats. This is Knit Picks, Dishy, Multi, but I think they changed it now. It's just Dishy now. So, the Sailboat, which is discontinued, which devastated me. That's why I only have 4 of these. And Mint. And then this one was Dewdrop, the blue. So, I did 2 of each in the blue. I have 1 trivet and 2 in the green. This is a pattern I designed. I'm going to go back and re-look at to see how much, if I have to do any tweaking or anything, and send out testers. It'll probably be out in the spring. I do have to finish this set of them. I wanted to do one in lilac. So this is Blush and Cup and Saucer. They do still sell this color. Thank God. This is my favorite one of theirs. And I have to buy more of that. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with this for right now. I just want to put these away. And I do have, I could just leave it like this and not make, what is it? How many? I think 4 more I would need to make. I could do that because I have an island now and I have 2 chairs over there. So I could just put these 2 there. But I might end up picking it up again. But as of right now, I'm looking at this as an FO. I'm happy. Now another, I think it's my last FO actually. I'm very excited about this one. Because this is my Falling Petals shawl I designed. And it is out of Kettle and Hearth fibers. The main color is Fern, then Sand and Old Pink. These colors together are gorgeous. I loved knitting this. The pattern is now on Ravelry if you're interested in it. It's such a fun, easy knit. You can easily memorize it. And then the border is very simple as well. It has a nice little garter. And then they look like leaves on the bottom. And then these all look like falling petals. They're falling. Oh, I love the shawl. I'm going to be wearing this all summer. I mean, all fall, not summer. Summer is over with, unfortunately. But I knit this. All summer I was knitting this. I loved it. So that is all my... Oh, no, I got one more FO. What am I saying? So my friend Katie from Katie Did Bags, she made this bandana. I saw her over the summer. I was like, oh my gosh, she looks so good in it. I do not look good in bandanas. She looks good in them. I do not. But I have it here. And I don't even remember what the yarn was I used. It was something silky. Let me look it up on my Ravelry page. Also, all projects are down in the down bar. You can get to my Ravelry. And I have all information on there with that. I didn't even write this down because I forgot I even had this over here. Let me see. Recently finished. Did I even write it in here? I didn't even write it in here. Yeah, I don't have anything on here that's bandana. Oh, I do have it. Okay. That's weird. It's not, I didn't put any information on here. So maybe next week I'll show it to you again. But I finished it. It was some kind of tutorial she showed me online. I don't even know who it was. And basically, you're just crocheting a giant granny square. But then instead of keep going, then she's saying it made like a flap if you kept going. So she just cut off and you started over here then to do it. So it makes like an oblong kind of triangle like. And then I added these little eyelets. I think my friend Katie added eyelets. I loved it, so I asked her how she did it. And then I added this, the backwards single crochet, to make this edge a little bit nicer. But I'll put it on. I don't know. This does not sit right with me. You know, it makes me look like Izzy of Jake and the Pirates. Maybe if I had my hair down, it wouldn't look so bad, but I don't know. I just don't think I have the face for this thing. I mean, it was fun to make. I was happy I made it, but I don't know. I wasn't that crazy about wearing it. Maybe I'll just wear it around the house. I don't know. Okay, so that is all the FOs I have. Next, I will show you what I have been casting on. I went a little crazy. So because of baseball, I needed something easy and stockinette. I think I cast this on like 2 weeks ago. It's in my Lila Styles Me Hocus Pocus bag. Right here it says, I smell children. And then over here, I put a spell on you. I love her. And it is with Stroll Tweed, Fingerling Weight, the Indigo Heather. I found in my stash 4 skeins of this. I found 4 skeins of the Red Barn Heather, which I also cast on a sweater with. And then I think I found like 10 skeins in another color. It's like a lilac. And I cast that. I'm going to cast that one out after I finish this to make a long sleeve sweater. These are short sleeve sweaters. It is the Be Still Tea. Wait, is this one the Be Still Tea? Yes, this one is the Be Still Tea by Twin Stitch Designs. It has some lace on it. And I'm glad that it shows up with the tweed. I was a little nervous about that. But I had these patterns in my library for so long. I was like, let me just start knitting them. I could always do them in a solid another day. But it's just, I want these sweaters. They're so soft. And I know her pattern is very easy to do. So it's just a big yoke. And you just do the lace. And then you just do stockinette. It's fabulous. So, but I am going to change it. She just put the cuff on. As soon as you finish the body, I think I'm going to do about 20 rows of stockinette, and then I'm going to put the cuff on it. And I'm almost done with the body. As I said, this has flown off the needles. It's going to be done so fast, it's going to be insane. So that's why I was like, I need another sweater. I think I need maybe 3 or 4 more inches, which I know probably the next practice and the next game, it will be done. And then I'll do the sleeves in the house. And I will have a sweater next week, I think. That's what I'm hoping for. And I used a size US 6 needle, which is 4 millimeter. And I also knit the size 4 in that. Now, as far as the Everyday Tee, which is by Twin Stitch Designs again, it is in the Stroll Red Barn Heather, which is kind of like a purplish red, kind of, but it's more reddish than purple. And again, 4 skeins of this in my Lila Styles Me Sabrina bag. I just cast this on Sunday. Or was it Saturday? Sometime this weekend I just cast it on. I'm just at the dividing of the sleeves. I think I have another inch. So that is what that lace looks like. I'm gonna have matching sweaters. I know I'm insane, but I'm knitting them so fast. It's crazy. I can't wait to do the long sleeve one. Part of me is like, maybe I should make these long sleeve, but I only have 4 skeins. So that's why I went to t-shirts instead of long sleeve. And it would be nice to have more short sleeves. I think I have mostly tank tops that I bought and then sweaters. I don't really have a lot of short sleeve shirts. Like this one I love. I wear these constantly. I think I have it in 4 colors. But it'd be nice to have some more staples in my wardrobe. And also my cardigans, I could wear these under the cardigans. But I'm so excited. This yarn is so soft. I can't recommend it enough. I have a coupon code for Knit Picks in my post. I think I have for, oh, actually, I think I posted in this one, last post with this. It is, let me see if I can find the code. I'll put it in the down bar too. But it is, they just gave me a code to use. AKPCRYS. And you get 10% off of the yarn. So use that code. And I think I get a little commission with it. I'm an affiliate now with them. So I was so excited when I started knitting this. I was like, oh my God, it's so soft. I want to get more of this yarn. I'm going to have like, everything's going to be tweed. I don't know what's going on. Like most of my sweaters I've been knitting on lately are tweed. It's a little crazy. And I said, I want more. I just want it all. So I'm very excited about that. And again, that is also a US 6 4mm needle I'm using. Oh, that's out. Ah! Ooh, it's in the zipper. That's not good. That's not good. It fell out and got in the zipper. I'll play with that later. Hopefully I won't have to rip it out. It's only a little bit left anyways. Okay, so this is another t-shirt I was working on. I'm not crazy about the yarn. I'm a little nervous about this one. It is in my kitchen sink sock bag, which I love. The yarn is Folio in the Tea Rose colorway, Baroque Folio. It says it's DK. I'm thinking it's more of a lace light fingerling. The pattern asked for sport, so I thought I was safe. It fits. It looks fine. It's not see-through, so that's good. But working with it was not my favorite. That's why it's still here, pretty much. And it's sad when you see how much I have to finish. You're going to be like, and why didn't you finish it? Why did you cast on these other sweaters? Because I just didn't want to deal with what I have to do first. I feel like you always have to do the neckline before you start doing the sleeves to get the accurate length of the sleeve you want to knit. So I got it's a V-shape one. It's the Fable from Alicia Plummer. I love this pattern. I just wish I would have done it in a different color, different type of yarn. Definitely a thicker yarn. I might do it in DK one day. It's a beautiful V-neck, but I have to do an I-cord neckline. I have never done that. And I'm like, I'm probably making this harder than it is in my head. That's what I'm thinking I'm doing. I'm not sure, but I'm just procrastinating at this point because then I just gotta, again, the sleeves, maybe do 20 rows again to make it a little bit longer. I know I want to make, I like how this type of sleeve is, like kind of like frilly. I might cast on more just to make it a little frillier. I actually ended up with, I have 3 more skeins. One of the skeins though was ripping a little bit when I was using in the buy, so I stopped using. I used a different one. But I only used 3 skeins for this too. That's the other thing. Oh, it's fluffy. It's driving me crazy. But yeah, so I don't know what to do. Like, I think I just gotta bite the bullet one day, just sit down and just do it. And then this would be done. And I could wear it, which would be nice. This is gonna be nice and warm too. Even though it's really light yarn, and it's cool feeling yarn, but it's warm feeling too. It's very halo-y. So it's getting like hair all over me. It's very pretty. And I used, what yarn did I use? I used a US 7 4.5mm, which, as I said, it's not really that see-through. So maybe it is DK. It just feels really, really light. I don't know. And it has this cute little design on the bottom. I did change it because of the yarn. and also because I just didn't want to do the work. She basically wanted you to cast off, then pick up the stitches, do the lace, cast off, pick up stitches, and do the rib. I was like, hell no. That is just so much work. I'm not doing that. So what I did is I did a garter row. And then I did a garter row at the end instead of picking up the stitches and casting on. And then I knit 2 rows and then started the ribbing. When I did the ribbing, you couldn't see a distinct stop to the garter. So I took it all out and fixed it. Now you can see there's a distinct garter row there, like in the pattern. I mean, yes, hers is more pronounced because the sticking out is, you know, picked up stitches on the reverse side and everything. But it's just a lot of work. And with this yarn that splits and it's hard to see, it was just not happening. Again, I don't know, maybe if I did another yarn, I would have done it, but it just seems like a lot of work for something that a garter row could have done just as effectively. And I'm very happy with it. It's beautiful. You know, I got the same thing, just hers sticks out a little bit more. I'm fine with it. I'm very happy with it. I do want to finish this, and it's very loose on me too, which again, only 3 skeins was a little weird. Maybe I should have made it a little bit longer. I don't know. I think I was just like, I'm done with this. I want to finish the sweater. So hopefully next time you see me, it will be done. I will hopefully have 2 of these done. We're hoping. We will see. All right, let me put this in there too. Okay. Now, since I'm on sweaters, I might as well show you the other sweater I cast on for baseball. Actually, I was just doing this for knit group, but I'll probably end up using it for baseball too. It's in my Jolico bag, which I love. This is my main sweater knitting bag. And I am using yarn I got at Pick Up Every Stitch in Mount Kisco. It's in a blue. Yes, it's not purple or pink. I know everything I have 90% of the time is purple and pink. It's this beautiful light blue, and I'm really gravitating to blues lately. I'm obsessed with it. It is the Salty Air sweater. I'm using size 4 again in big bagged wool Wipaka, and the colorway is Blue Eyes. It is gorgeous. I did not cast, wind up all the yarn. Usually when I do a sweater, I'll wind up most of the yarn and leave 1-2 skeins not wound up. This one, because they're very small skeins, I left a lot not wound up. I think I bought 14 skeins. I think I only did 8 of them I wound up. I wasn't sure. It would be amazing if I had more of this left over and I could do a t-shirt with it. It's so soft. I love this. That's their logo. I want more of their yarn. I really do. It's just annoying because it's only like 100. No, it's not even 100 yards. It's 95 yards. So you need a lot to do a sweater. And it's fine merino, washable fine merino, 50%, 50% baby alpaca. Love it. And it's not like alpaca sometimes can be itchy to some people. This is so soft. It's like butter. I'm telling you, I love it. And I'm using my Luca needles. I'm not sure what needle I'm using. I want to say it's a US 9. It's probably a US 9. And yeah, where's a US 9? I don't remember. 5.5 millimeters a US 9. I'm going to say that's what I'm using for this. I didn't write that down either. I have a cute little stitch marker from Twice Sheared Sheep, which I'm an affiliate to, linked down below. And basically, I think this is like the other one. I've only got to do another 5 inches maybe for the body. And then I'm going to do, this one's going to be long sleeve. And I'm going to pick up the collar first. Then when that's done, then I'm going to do long sleeves. I'm just going to knit till the length of my sleeve and then do a rapid decrease like I usually do with sweaters. Just because of my arms, it just feels better to have a rapid decrease for them instead of doing decreasing. But the next sweater I'm going to show you, I am doing decreasing with. I finished the body of my Seasons cardigan. Let me tell you. Oh, I forgot to say, the Salty Air. Oh my God, I don't have her name on there. My thing when I type things, it like deletes it if it decides it's not a real word. Don't ask. So let me see what the name of this is. I was trying not to look in here, but apparently I'm going to have to. Because I want to tell you what this is like a beautiful pattern. Samantha, yeah, it deleted this. It did not, it's not a real word in their world. Samsung, stop deleting stuff. Guerin. So Samantha Guerin, I think. And I did not even write down what needle size I used on this anyways. But yeah, I started this in August, that one. I love it. I also have the T version of it. I'm definitely going to be knitting that one. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful pattern. And now this is the Seasons cardigan. This is the nightmare one. Oh my God. I get why the crazy sock lady ripped it back. You know, I would do a few things differently if I did this. It's in my Knit Picks Everyday Tote in the, I guess, eggplant color. I don't know. I am using Big Twist Tweed in the navy colorway. I am using this one. This pattern. Oh, God. US 7, 4.5 millimeter, and a US 5, 5 millimeter. So the 7 was for the collar. And basically you knit the collar at the same time as the rest of the sweater. And it's half fisherman's rib. So the stupid DPNs were flapping around and you couldn't move the yarn on the needle. It was driving me crazy. I am so glad the body is done. It's static. So this is the whole thing. This was where I was the last time you saw it. Finished this whole thing. As soon as the kids finished school, finished summer, I started knitting on this again because I want to wear this summer. This fall. I'm like so tired. You have no idea. I started the sleeve. I had the sleeve almost done. The decreasing she wants you to do in this. And I figured when I did a rapid decrease, it wouldn't look as nice. I liked how the lines would match up with the ribbing. Because in here it matches up beautifully. I wanted that to happen in sleeve. So I am decreasing, not like as much as she wants me to. And I started later and everything. But she would do a decrease on both sides of a purl. And you're decreasing 2 stitches on each side. So 4 stitches all together. It looked so messy. I don't know why it was looking messy. No matter what I did, it looked messy. So what I did was I took it all apart. And I started to do so it's like, I think I was supposed to decrease every 6 rounds. Well, it's really 12 rounds. But because fisherman's rib, you only count the rounds that are the slip stitch one. Well, it's not really slip stitch. It's like knit into the purl and then it drops. So yeah, I guess it's kind of slip stitchy. But so you count that. So it's like, it's 12 rounds, but it's really 6 rounds. So I would count every 3 rounds, do decrease on the left side. The next 3 rounds, decrease on the right side. And I kept doing that. And it's looking so much better. I wish I had more to show you, but it got a little crazy and I had to stop. I'm going to do more this week on it. And now that I'm knitting in the round, other than the decreases, it's going like that for me. Which, as I said, it's kind of funny. She took it apart and she was on the sleeve. The sleeve was the easy part. Unless she didn't like the way the decreases were looking either. Maybe that's why she did it. Because my hard part was that DPN on the end. So if I ever knit this again, I would do the DPNs the same size as the body. And I would have no problem with this sweater. It was just because it was flapping around and you couldn't move the yarn. It was a nightmare. And I was terrified of them falling off. You know, I had stoppers on both sides of each DPN. It was just a big, complicated mess. Not recommending this pattern. It is going to be super nice and soft and wonderful to wear when I go pick up the kids. But it's not my favorite. And it's definitely one of those product knits. I want this done. I'm done with this. So that's that one. Now, I also, because of my friend Katie, I should not get together with her. She enables me way too much. I got this bag from Hobby Lobby. I think that's what the company name was. I'm not too sure. This is just a big mess. It's so bad. It's Hobby Yarn. I got the bag from them. It's Horizon Yarn. It's beautiful yarn. Of course, I get the skein that has something funky going on. Like, why? Why? Because that's me. So I started doing this. It's like a granny square cardigan. It's called the Horizon cardigan. So basically make 2 big granny squares, and then you sew them together and you sew the arms, and it's a sweater. It's the newest thing. It's the Horizon cardigan by Mary Etheridge. I'm using a 4mm hook size G, and the colorway is Thunder, but I get, my OCD is going crazy. I get the skein that feels thicker than the other skeins. Of course, that's the one I started out with. So then I started just going back and forth with everything. Then I wound this one in a ball because it started falling apart. It's just a giant, ginormous mess. It's like, I don't know what I was doing. And then I picked out 4 colorways to match, because you have to have a border. So I didn't know which ones I liked best. So I just bought the 4 yarns, and then you only need 1 skein, and I can make a hat with the rest. So I think I'm going with the gray, because when you look at it, it does not have black in it. My friend Katie's doing it in the black. So I thought there was black in it. There is no black. So I think the gray looks the best with it. I mean, the purples look good too. This purple's not in here, so it'd be probably between these 2 colors. So I might change my mind. I don't know. I know these 2 are now going to go into my stash. I just wanted to show them to you. It's Kind Feather Premium Acrylic from Hobby. It looks really nice. I can't wait to make something with this. If I like it, maybe I'll get enough to make a sweater with eventually. Beautiful yarn. Love it. Of course, I get the messed up skein. So I stopped crocheting on it because I was getting aggravated. It's just a ginormous, ginormous mess at this point. I don't even know what I'm doing. Look, I started a little one here. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being... I started this when I was sick, too. Maybe I was just being overly sensitive, and I just need to sit down and start doing it again. Because at this point, I was just like, make it. Just finish it. I went to her house recently, and I think her and Christmas thought I was crazy. I'm like, let me see. How did you do this? What's your other square look like? Are you doing the same colors? And then she ended up doing it the wrong, like the skein she had was wound the wrong colorway. So they're going in the complete opposite direction. And she's like, I'll leave it. I'm like, that's not driving you crazy. I've got so many issues. I've got so I think they wanted to like kill me. They're like, go home. Just go away at this point. I don't know. But yeah, so that will be worked on. Sorry, my allergies. That will be worked on eventually. I'm actually drinking Coca-Cola because of my allergies. It seems to not aggravate me that much. The next project is the project. Goal. I don't know if it's going to happen because I get annoyed at this sometimes. My goal is to finish this by November. That's the goal. This has been here since 2020 November. It's Mary Maximum Seaside Sampler Afghan. In the crochet versions, they have a knitted version. Why I decided crochet, I don't know. Knitted version, it would have been done. And now I'm really annoyed because they had like other colors in it. The crochet one, they still have all the colors. The knitted one, they only have in the same color. I already own this. And I did want to buy eventually the knitted one. So I don't know if they're going to get more colors in. I hope they get more colors in because I don't really want to. Oh, it's beautiful. I love these colors. So yeah, maybe I'll make 2 things in the corresponding. I got so many people in the house. They could wear it, but yeah. So it's been sitting in my thing. In this bag I crocheted. Oh my God, it's so big. The yarn is gorgeous. Anti-pilling Premier, Everyday Worsted. Oh God, this is a mess. This is such a mess. I really like this yarn. I think you can get it on Mary Maximum's website. No, that's not Mary Max. This is Annie's. This is Annie's Crochet. This is not Mary Maximum. Annie's. But you could buy this, I think, either at Hershire's or Mary Maximum. I don't know why I was saying Mary Maximum for this. This is from Annie's Crochet Club, which they have a lot of kits there. It's amazing. I love it. But basically you get like 3 skeins of yarn every month, and then you had 3 rows you have to do for it. And it comes in these like cute little books. See how it comes like that? And it has the instructions, and they have a video that I definitely look at a lot with this. And I did a lot. I was like, I'm doing 1 stripe a day, and then I was doing like 3 or 4 stripes. I was going. Right after I got finished being sick, I was hitting this so hard. Let me show you where I was. I found out what my problem was too. All right, so why I stopped crocheting this originally. I was right here. And when I stopped crocheting this was coming out really, really big compared to this. And I didn't know why. I thought this was the right gauge. It was not the right gauge. So I took it out, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just add a little bit more length, not realizing it was too tight. So then I just add more length. Then I did all the way up to here, and then I realized it was buckling. It was this stripe that was buckling. So I took it all apart again, redid this stripe, and then I did all these stripes. I was on a roll. I mean, look at this. This is gorgeous. This is like absolutely gorgeous. These are the ones I did originally. It's beautiful. Then we got to Tuscan crochet. I don't know how to Tuscan crochet. I had to actually sit there and watch the video, and my kids were running around at the time, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to stop. I'm going to pick it up when they go back to school. So I've got to do that. If I did 1 stripe a day, it'd be done in 10 days. I am on stripe. Where's the paper? I'm on stripe 22. I'm going to say it's like 32 stripes. And then you got the border. The border might take me a little while. But that's just double crochet, it looks like to me. So that's no big deal. So I've got like that much left to do. These look easy. Just this little blue one. Got intimidated, people. I got intimidated. Yeah. I gotta pick this up because I want this bag gone. I am tired of it. It's like insane look how big this is. It needs to go away. It needs to be done. It needs to be enjoyed and used. And then I can work on another blanket that I have sitting around because I think I have 3 more crocheted blankets I need to finish. This has been my bad habit. I get excited, I start one, and then they just sit there because I don't like crocheting blankets apparently, or finishing them. I don't know why. I know one of them was the same reason as the Royal Fanfair throw. It was like you had to count the crochets, and if you missed one, you had to go rip back. I might just fudge it. And then the yarn wasn't even matching the same dye lot. I was getting aggravated. I was like, I'm done with this. The next thing I worked on was my country song, oh, don't do that. Shawl. And I didn't write down who made that one either. Let me look that one up too. Why is everything hard in this? How long have I been knitting on this? I've been knitting on this for a while, looks like to me. Oh. Maybe I should write country on here. Do I not have any pictures of it? Sorry about this, folks. Oh, here it is. It did not look like it. It is by Gabrielle Vezina. Vezina. I'm using Wool and Vine yarns, Figgy Pudding. It was like a one-of-a-kind colorway. I happened to have bought like 4 skeins of it. I think I bought 1 in Blitz, which I used for a shawl. No, I think I only bought 3 skeins. And then I had these 2, which are Norwell based, which I love. I wish you would bring it back. It's gorgeous. This is a bag I made. And I am using a I was using a US 4 3.5 millimeter. I am now using a 3.75 millimeter. When I was using the 4, I couldn't remember why I wasn't picking it up. And then I realized it was coming in very tight. I have the right gauge, but it was very tight feeling. I did not like it. So I went up to a 4. I mean, I have 2 skeins of this yarn. I'm not worried about running out of yarn. and I just knocked it off of here. And then that keeps happening too. I don't know why I have no stoppers on here, but random things keep happening when I'm knitting on this. Like one time it got caught in a door. I'm not kidding you. And it just got pulled off the needle and had to recast on and everything. But I am almost done. I think you have to knit for 13 inches. I think I'm around 10 inches at this point. So this is probably the last time I showed it to you. It was right there. This is from Simply Serving Again. But yeah, I just got to sit down and focus. This is like an easy shawl. It's just bad things keep happening when I'm knitting on it. I don't know what keeps happening. It keeps falling apart. It is sad. So that's why it has just been laying waste. But I did do that much. And again, this might, maybe during baseball I'll finish it. I don't know. It needs to get done. Then another thing I have been working on is my Rhythm Tote by, who are you? Kathleen Berryview. Beriew. I have been working on this since July 2021. It was sad. I was down here. I did this all the summer. I now just have one more section of this comfy, which is Knit Picks Curio number 3. I never knew they had crochet thread till I found this pattern. I fell in love with it. It is so nice. It's thicker than normal crochet thread. I'm really enjoying this. Great for pocketbooks. It really is. I can't wait to be finished with this. And I am almost done. I just have one more row, and then you think you do 2 rows of the purple, and you got to buy leather handles and sew it on. So it's great. But I was having problems distinguishing where the end of the row is and where the beginning was. So I put 2 things. So this is the end of the row, and this is the beginning of the row. I was thinking I was crocheting in the slip stitch. It was driving me crazy. So I have 2 of them there. That's the only thing that's annoying me with it. But it's a very simple, just single crochet around. It's so simple. Wonderful construction. Not sure if I want to sew something as insert in this, because it is quite tight. Unless you have like a really small thing, it wouldn't. I don't think it would fall through here. But I'm OCD, so I might end up doing that. I don't know. But it's beautiful, beautiful crochet thread. I loved it. So that was my summer project in a bag I made years ago, the Jasmine bag. I'm enjoying that a lot. And I am using a 3mm hook in Knit Picks We Crochet Bright. I have most of that set. I think I got 3 more and I got the whole set. I'm excited about that. Then I designed 2 market bags. I'm almost done, people. Almost. I might not have time for books. Maybe I should have done this in 2 episodes, but I'm on a roll, so I'm going. So this is a market bag. It's Herb Garden, and the gray is Ash. I just had to put the straps on it. So I basically just did this cute kind of textured pattern all the way up. And then I made little shells. And I'm going to have a nice strap to it. Then I also started crocheting this one. It is another market bag. I'm just doing single crochet now. Unfortunately, I realized I think I was originally going to do the same exact pattern as that. I did double crochet in there. No, it's half crochets, And I did that, and I was just like, shoot. So part of me wants to rip it back. Part of me is like, oh, might be a cute little embellishment. I don't know. So I'm in debate on what I'm going to do with this. But I'm loving how these both looked mixed together, the 2 yarns. It's so pretty. This is white, and Knit Picks Dream House is the pinkish. It goes from pink to white. It's so pretty together. I don't know where the actual skein is. It's somewhere in this mess. Oh, here it is. It's so pretty. So I'm almost done with that. My last project is, oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys ever saw the bog bag. Life changing. Seriously. I saw someone crocheting with it, and there's like a rod you could put in here, and you could crochet and put yarn on it and everything, which is great. But I didn't get that. But I got it because the kids kept knocking over my bags, And it was driving me crazy, and everything was all over the floor. And my husband lost his earbuds, and he was just like, that's it, I'm buying you one. So he bought me one. And I put all the towels in there. There was no room for my crochet stuff or my knitting or my books. So I was like, I need another one. So I bought the smaller one, and it's like thin. And I was like, that's not going to fit my yarn because I was crocheting a lot. I need the yarn when I crochet. I was like, that's not going to work. So I ended up buying a second big one like this. And then my husband's like, how many are you going to have? And I'm like, I'm in love with this. And then I brought this out. I took all the blankets out. I brought it outside to crochet with. Life changing. I'm telling you, if you like sitting outside, get a bog bag. Oh my God. Not only does it fit so much stuff in it, like I literally put like 5 projects in there. My tablet, my phone, the yarn bowl, like drinks. It has a little drink caddy you could get for it. And I just go outside and I sit out there all day long. I'm so happy. It's not funny. Nothing gets in the dirt. My whole backyard has like where the tent is. It's all dirt. I hate going out there. Do not mind going out there with this. You know, I try sitting on the porch, but I need a new porch. So I was going underneath the tent a lot this summer. I love the bog bag. And I have a sparkly purple one. I kind of want another one. I'm going to have a million bog bags. I'm like crazy. I'm really turning into the crazy bag lady. I'm like, I just want it all. And they're so happy. And the best part is a lot of my whips, I'm just throwing in the 2 bog bags and it doesn't look that messy because it's holding so many bags. I'm crazy. I know, but it's awesome. It's awesome crazy. So this is my last project. This is almost done. My Hudson Valley blanket. I will be releasing this very soon, this pattern. It is just sad. I had testers. They tested it. It's been me holding up because I wanted to finish this. I might not even finish it. I might just release it at this point because it's fall. People want to knit. This is beautiful textured blanket I designed. I think the last time I showed it to you, I was over here. And it's from Simply Serving again. All my stitch markers are from her Itty Bitty Delights, let's face it. And did that much. I am now on, I've got 2 skeins left out of 6. And I think it's just a big mess. I don't think it's just a big mess in here. Don't ask. It's just bad. Because I'm playing with the yarn, like cutting it, changing it, trying to get to, when I change skeins, I try to make it match because I'm so OCD. And it's just getting messed. And I think that's what happened down here when I said that it looks different on the very bottom than the rest of the blanket. Because I changed skeins over here and the same thing happened. It looks fine. It's just here. So I think I figured out what happened. The white, for some reason, which is really bright, is on the back of the pattern instead of the front for some reason in that one skein. And it's making it look very dull. Like, I don't know, because at one point it was the same color to me. And then because it's the way the light's hitting it. It's really weird. I don't know, but it's fine. I don't care. I just want to wear this. I mean, not wear this, snuggle in this. So that is it for knitting. Oh, and I did go to Pick Up Every Stitch again with my friend Katie. And Needles at the Ready were there. So I got to meet them. And I got some yarn from them. Again, I was in a blue, I don't know, I'm in this blue obsession lately. So this is Ghost Water. So it's like a greenish blue. This one is Winter Steel, which is like a grayish blue. Don't know what I'm going to do with these. And then Iron Mountain, which is like all these blues and grays mixed together. I'm thinking a shawl. I'm really thinking a shawl with this. Look how beautiful they are together. And then I got this for socks. Violet Meadow. Which I forgot which one was knitting on it. And it looks so pretty knitted up. I had to get it. And then I thought it was my final skein from this collection I was getting from Holly Dye Works. She has like a flower garden one. And I think they said there's one more coming, which I'm very excited about. I loved every single color. So this is from Latch and Lou. Look how pretty that is. Oh my God. All the stitch markers were gorgeous from this. And Gwen Inspiration did the first one, and then Latch and Lou did the 2. But they all look like this. They're so beautiful. And this is the yarn. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh my God. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yarn. There's like 4 skeins. Well, 3 skeins I have. I think there's a 4th one coming. I have a feeling that's going to be purplish. I am so in love with this. I don't know what. Maybe a really cool faded sweater or something. It's so pretty. Right, and that is it I have to show you for the knitting. So if you are here just for the knitting, thank you so much for showing up. Don't forget, like and subscribe so you know when new content comes out here, and have a great day. Now to the cozy mysteries. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of talking. And I forgot a lot. I should have done 2 episodes. I did only 1 episode. I just want to get this done, and then I could just do regular podcasts because it's a lot. All right, first thing, I'm going to do my digital books first, then I'll show you real books. I'll tell you the one I'm not crazy about. Death in Castle Dark was the, what are we in? We're in September, so August. July book club read for the Cozy Mystery Club. I love that club. Go join it. Angela is amazing. So it's Death in Castle Dark. Oh, wait. Of course. Oh, there. Veronica Bond is the author. It is the Dinner and a Murder Mysteries. I used to act. I'm not really that crazy about this one because they were like actors in it. Like, we gotta act. Oh, we get to do this. And then they were like living in a mansion and they were doing murder mysteries. That was kind of cool. And then the murder actually happened during their murder mystery show. And it was weird. They all live in this mansion. They do like a weekly show and they live for free in this place. It was just a little weird. Then I got into the books. And then I got into the characters. So I read the second one, which the second one is Castle Deadly, Castle Deep. I didn't finish it. I think I have 50 more pages. I'm going to finish it soon. I just lost interest. It was just, there's something about it. A lot of people liked it a lot. I just did not like it. I can't put my finger on it, but I was just not crazy about it. I don't know. And this other one, I asked from Luke Collins, the author. It's The Only Way is Murder. It's a new series. She asked me to read the arc. It was a lot of fun. I felt so bad for the main character. Things just kept happening. She's basically inheriting from her sick father a mansion in England, which they're bankrupt now, so they have to think of something to do. So she's opening shops in the mansion's I don't know what you call it, like not the driveway, but the courtyard. So she's going to open like stores in there, and then people, little private things that have boutiques can go there and sell stuff. So she's opening all this. So she's having the grand opening. Everything you could imagine happens to her. At one point, her hair turns green. It's just like this romp, like Doris Day type of comedy going through the English village. It reminded me a lot of Do Not Disturb, I think was the movie that she was in England. It just like everything that could happen happened to this character. It was really funny. I wish there was more interaction with the sub-characters. They were there, but they weren't. There was an old lady I liked a lot, and I hope she's in the next one. But it was a fun, happy book, so I recommend that one. This one I really got into. I read the first one last year. It's the Chloe Jackson Sea Glass Saloon Mysteries. So this one's A Time to Swill by Sherry Harris. This one I loved. She basically finds a boat and there's a kitten stuck in it. She thinks it's the baby. So she goes in there and then she gets pushed out to sea. And then we find out that there's a dead body in there that's been missing for years. And then they have to solve like what is going on. Are they pirates? Are they what's going on? It was really good, and they find one of her friends. It was actually the wife of the friend, and they get to solve this long, cold case that's been happening for 20 years, I think. So it was a really, really good one. And then the next one in the series is 3 Shots to the Wind. And this one, her ex-boyfriend who she dumped comes back. He's like, I'm going to win you. And then he ends up dead. And then she's finding out all this crazy stuff about him. She's like, good thing I dumped him. I'm glad I did not end up with this guy. But it's just really well written. The characters are great. They're very like she shanty-ish people. They live in a pub, but the one that owns the pub has money. So it's funny because it's like a combination of being rich and being like a she shanty person. Sea shanty. Sorry, got a speech impediment. But I really enjoy this series. There's one more rum choke I have to read. I was hoping to finish it by the summer, and then I don't know what happened. I didn't finish it. I didn't get to start reading it. And then I read Socialite's Guide to Death and Dating by S.K. Golden. It's a principal hotel mystery. I did like the first one better. She kept saying honey, honey so much that I was just like, I don't remember this in the first one. And her father got poisoned, and the boyfriend who he doesn't want her dating got charged with it, and she's trying to prove that he didn't do it. And then there was a mayor and everything, and she's trying to solve the mystery, like what did the mayor do and everything. So it was a lot going on in the book. Her attitude was a little, like the beginning she couldn't leave the hotel. She was afraid to leave the hotel because her mother's death. Then this one I felt like she could leave the hotel. She's getting over it, but it was just stifling. The way she kept talking about it. Like she'd go to the hospital and she would try to see her father, but it was just like the way the writing was, I was not crazy about it. I do have the third one. I got the ARC for that. I'm hoping it was just that book. And I do want to see what happens with her and the boyfriend. I do. This one's not a cozy mystery, but I did enjoy it, which is weird because I do not read romances. I like Dungeons and Dragons a lot, so I was a theater major, so this one really came to me. It was Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. It was on NetGallery. It was actually really super cute. I would recommend this. If you don't like, it wasn't too romancy or anything. It was basically teenage girl got grounded for taking the car to go to a concert. And she's really big into theater, and she's supposed to be doing a play. And the parents are like, well, you're giving that up. And you're working at your father's store. And they're divorced, so she's not very close to the father. And then she ends up meeting this guy at the store. And she's learning the whole game thing. And she's like, my father left me for gaming. Like, I don't understand this. And he didn't leave her for gaming. But his passion was games and stuff like that. 'Cause you know how people are when they're into that stuff. So she was like, she got to know the father and she fell in love with this guy. It was just a really, really sweet, cute thing. And if you like Dungeons and Dragons and musicals, you would love this book. This one I was not crazy about. Murder by the Seashore. It was Samantha Yu. It's a new series, California Bookshop Mystery. I was not crazy about this one. Again, it was a murder mystery by the sea. She just moved there. She bought this. Her boyfriend and her were supposed to go in together with this, and the boyfriend left her. And then he comes back in the book, and he's just annoying. I just couldn't get into this. And then the person that she was working with, that worked under her, kept saying, "Oh, you can leave the store with me. You can leave the store with me." I'm like, why do you keep saying that? Like, I don't understand that. You keep repeating yourself. And it got a little much by the end, and then you find out like it wasn't anything bad that she was just saying that, and you're like, well, what was the purpose of that? Why were we talking? I don't know. I don't know if I would read the second one in that series. Then I did finish the Deep Dish Mysteries. So this is Public Anchovy #1, Mindy Quingley. I loved this one. I'm not really a big fan of the series. I like the Grandmother Lies. You know, like the Grandmother and everything. They always make me laugh. But this one was like an Agatha Christie book. They were catering a party. They were like on a cliff house, and there's a big storm, and they all get stuck in there, and there's a murderer in the place. You can't go wrong with that kind of thing. It was great. It was so good. And then the cat stows away. They think it's a mixer, and the cat's in the mixer box. And then they're like, there's a cat. He's attacking everyone. And they think it's the woman that owns the house's cat. And then they find out it's her cat. Yeah, that was hysterical. That was my favorite part of the book. Definitely recommend that one. And then the next one in the series was called Sleep in Heavenly Pizza. Again, it's by Mindy Quigley. It was very Christmassy. I wasn't that crazy about it. After reading such a great book, then you read that, I was like, but again, I think this was better than the first 2 books in the series. So I would say this is my second favorite out of the series. It was cute. And, yeah, I don't even remember too much about it. I know the boyfriend goes in and out a lot in this book, I remember. And I was just like, are they together? Are they staying? Like, why do they keep questioning everything? It was a little weird. And her, sister's family, she got to meet the sister finally. She shows up. And then Auntie Biz, again, that's it's not the grandmother, it's the aunt. It's the great aunt. Sorry, it's not the grandmother. She's very, she's very states as is and goes with the, she's really like, no. And then this one, she was all Christmassy. She's so happy. The whole thing was such a different size to Aunt Biz. So it was really funny that's the part I did enjoy in it. And okay. And the next 2 was the Lakeside Library Mysteries. I finally finished those. Holly Danvers, and it's called Long Overdue at the Lakeside Library. This one, it was okay. It's a beach resort, basically, where they have this library, like on like the Catskill Mountains and everything. I guess that's the closest thing I could come to. You ever see Dirty Dancing? You know how they all go in the Catskills and they all live in these cottages and everything for the whole summer? That's basically what it's like. So they have a library in there that this family has owned for generations. The grandfather was an author, and he wrote these books, and he opened a library for the people in the community so they can go. So the first one, they were in the summer, and they were opening it up, and she's decided to come back and take over the library. So now she's living there all winter long for the first time in years. I don't think she's ever lived there all year long. She always was a summer occupant. So now she's living there, and then they're doing like this ice fishing thing, that they go ice fishing, and then they find a murder, and then they have to do, and because it was during Christmas, it was a little, not Christmas, but during the winter, it was a little like, you're snowed in, kind of like The Shining, I guess. Not as drastic as it, but you had that feel of it. I wasn't that crazy about this series. And then the last one in the series was Read to Death at the Lakeside Library. I like that dog. She adopted that dog. He was so cute. I don't remember what this one is about, honestly. This was when I read this in the beginning of the summer, I think. Oh, I remember now. It was a book club. They had a book club, and someone was murdered that was at the book club, and then she was trying to do Agatha Christie type solving and have them all over there and try to figure out which one's which, and it didn't really play out. It didn't really work for me. I mean, it's a good series. It's just not my favorite series. I think I gave them all like 3 or 4 stars. So I would definitely read them. Like if they came out more books, I would read it, but it wasn't like, oh, I have to read it right now. And I think that's it for that's it for the digitals. Now, Dorothy Howe, The Shear of Terror, a sewing studio mystery, 3rd in the series. Loved this. Read it in like 2 or 3 days. It was so good. The second one was a little slow, so I was glad this one picked up. The main character, Abby, is now working in the visitor center of the town. She was really focused on money in this, so that was a little bit off-putting. I think in the second book, she was doing so well with her learning how to sew and making these tote bags. Then all of a sudden, she's not making a lot of money, and they keep cracking on her sewing skills, which I know she wasn't the best sewer, but everyone in that second book kept coming to her, asking her, can you solve this? Can you solve that? That did not happen in this book, which I was very happy, because I was a little bit like, is she the only one in the town with a brain? So only one person came to her with their problem, but she was still trying to solve the murder that happened in the visitor center, so she keep the visitor center open and keep her job. So it was a little bit more like of meat to the story in this one, as opposed to this random, like, can you solve this? Can you solve that? Do you know what happened to this? And I was like, so I enjoyed this a lot. And it was more with her best friend's romance, which I got really happy about. That's why it was a little weird, though, that wedding dress is on the cover. It's a beautiful cover. But this did not happen to the end of the book. You know, it was like the main thing was the visitor center story. This was like a sub-story. So it's a little weird that this was the cover. I mean, it's beautiful. but it just makes no sense. I love that cat. He just keeps showing up all over the place. So highly recommend this series. Really love it. I hope there's going to be a fourth one. I found a new series I really liked. I did not expect to like it that much. This is from the Cozy Mystery Club. It was the August read. Really did not expect to love it, especially after what happened in July. Loved this book. I'm so glad I bought it in paperback because I was annoyed. It was $4 on the Nook and the Kindle, and then when I went to go buy it, it went up to $13 or $14. I was like, I'm just buying in paperback. And I'm so glad I did because I love the series. I hope there's going to be a third one. So it's Dead in Gondola, a Christie Bookshop mystery by Anne Clary. There are so many references to Agatha Christie in the series. So many. I mean, the family's name is Christie, and they love Agatha Christie. At one point, I found a lot of stuff like this. She used to surf. Never knew Agatha Christie surfed. It was awesome. And you found out all these little things. There's a lot of little Easter eggs through the whole book about her, which I loved. And I learned a lot. Again, it was more focused on Miss Marple than Perot, which I'm not a Perot fan, I guess. I like the movies, but to read the books, I'd rather read Miss Marple. I don't know why that is. I guess the little gray cells drive me crazy in it. I don't know. So I'm a big Miss Marple fan, and this had a lot. This town reminds me of Stars Hollow set in the mountains. I'm not kidding. If you're a Gilmore Girls fan, you're going to love this series. So good. So it's a ski resort, and they have this famous bookshop in there, and it's mostly mystery books. And this guy shows up to the place they're having their book club, and he just enters, and he's scaring everyone, and then he disappears, and they find him dead in a gondola. Which the gondolas, I don't know if anyone skis, but it's like that little glass cage that you go down. So, like, you can either have the cage or you can have the bars you sit in. So these are like the glass cages that you go down. And they live in the mountains, the bookshop. So there's, like, people that live in the mountains where main stores are. And then you go down the gondola and there's, like, the townspeople live there. It's a very expensive place to live, apparently. So the gondola played a big part in the book. And then we find out who the murderer is, how he's related to the shopkeeper's assistant. It was really well. The grandmother, of course, hysterical. And the girl, she basically talks about, like, she moves into the shop. So she's living in the mountains. It sounds so beautiful. Like, I hate cold, especially with my allergy problem. I go coughing. I would move there. It just made me want to go skiing. Again, I would not do the ski part. I'd be staying in the lodge, but it made me want to go to a lodge. I loved this series. And then the last book was Last Word to the Wise. For some reason, this one, it was a little bit slower for me. You got to meet a lot about the sister, which was interesting. Because during book club, they were like, oh, do you ever know what happened to the sister's husband? They never say what happened to the kid's father. And it was like, well, I think he's not in the things. I read the first couple pages of this when we were doing it. Then I find out, yeah, he's still alive. He left her at the altar. It was like a whole big saga. It was very interesting. So, highly, highly recommend this series. Loved it. I'm hoping to God they have a third one. And she wrote another book that's not in this series that I have an arc of. Unfortunately, I think it's already released. I have to read that next. Something about bicycles or cyclings and croissants. So I'm very excited because I enjoyed this that much. I think I'm going to enjoy that book. I wanted to read it during the summer, but I ran out of time. My last two books, A Fatal Feast at Bransford Manor, a food and spirits mystery by Darcy Hannah. This is another one I loved. The premise behind it is a little odd. It's like a Food Network show meets ghost hunters. I'm not kidding you. I was like, what? The book is really good, but you gotta get past that premise. If you like ghost hunting and Food Network, you might like this idea of her story. But I was like, what? But basically, she's on a TV show, like a Vicky Lake type thing, and she's working behind the scenes, and she does the cooking, and she's a chef, and they go to, the woman says, do Halloween stuff. And she's like, I don't like Halloween. I'm against Halloween. We later find out why she's against Halloween. She's from Ireland and she sees ghosts. So then she goes, and the woman's like, well, you don't like Halloween. Not going to do what I say? Oh, I'm going to trick you. So she tells her, I got you a job. You're going to be the star of this new cooking channel show. So she goes and she's thinking she's going for a cooking show. She's got the job. She quit her job. She's going. And then she finds out it's a ghost show and she freaks out. And then the grandmother comes in, another one. I love the grandmothers. They come in and she's trying to help her get into her ghostly sides. But basically the premise of this TV show is she's there to cook a meal for the ghost to bring them to the ghost hunter so they can get the presence of the ghost. I'm not kidding you. It's like, what? It was really good, though. I really, really loved it. But that premise, it was just bizarre as anything. The writing was excellent. I mean, other than the premise, it was a great book. It really was. It was funny as anything. And my last book, which I enjoyed also, but it was a little bit slower than my other books. I'm reading the second one in the series as well. Again, it was a little, Murder in Italian Village by Brie Bantoloni mystery by Michael Falco. I really enjoyed this one, though, even though it was a little slow paced. It was funny. I'm Italian, and I know certain Italian words. I do like scream basta, and all the good curses I know. So when I'm reading this, I understood the language. So then I started saying the Italian words. People were like, I was like, aspetta, aspetta. And they're looking like, what is going on? Because she does broken, like, she's like an American Italian, but she's living in Italy. So it was kind of funny. It was like someone from New Jersey all of a sudden just breaking out into saying certain words in Italian. That's how it was written. So you're reading it in English, and then she'll just say a word. But what I liked is she's not describing what the Italian word means. Like I remember it was a Spanish show, Handy Andy. Oh God, it should drive me crazy. It'd be like, hola, hello. Like I get they're trying to teach the kids, but it would just drive me nuts that they would say the English and the Spanish. Just say the Spanish. They'll figure it out. So this just said the Italian, which I loved, and I was just randomly speaking Italian as I'm walking through the house, and my kids are like, well, what's wrong with her? What's going on? It was so good. The village sounds beautiful. The mother-in-law, she's a piece of work in this. And I know plays a big part in the second one, so I'm very interested in seeing that. It's a very long book, though. That's why I haven't finished the other one. It's very long. I think it's almost 400 pages. Yeah, it's 370 over here. No, wait. This is what's really cool about the book, too. I would buy the actual book, not the ebook. This is a glossary for if you don't speak Italian. It has all the good words. And I was like, I need to memorize all these words and just start saying them to everyone so to freak everyone out. Because I just love it. Like, buona idea. It means good idea. And I just like, oh, buona idea. My family would be like, what is going on? Like, I would just say anything. I love it. It was fun. Just a little slow, but other than that, I really enjoyed this book. And that is all the books I read during the summer. I hope you enjoyed that. So I was a little rushed. Again, sorry I didn't remember some of them because it was a while since I've read, because I have a really bad memory. And I hope you enjoyed this. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you know when new content comes here and other people who like these things will come and find my channel. I hope to see you soon. Well, now the kids are back in school, so I think we're good. I think I'm going to be able to set a schedule. Apparently Tuesday is a really bad day to record. So as soon as I sat down, they were doing the gardening, and it took like a half an hour for them to stop. And they do like 3 or 4 houses, so I know not to do on Tuesdays. So I'm going to try doing it on Mondays now, and then post on Friday. I always post on Friday. So hopefully it's going to work, and I will see you soon. And it will be a more condensed episode. But thank you so much for watching, especially if you stuck it through the whole episode, and I will see you soon. Bye!